together with Earle Sports Bets. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in, stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, it's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. It's just going to be yours truly today. Tim got caught up with work, so and he will not be getting home in time for the show. So it'll just be me for this short 10-game card for the MLB. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we'll take a look back at what happened yesterday. We had on Saturday a 10.5 unit day, just to give it back 6.5 yesterday. Baseball almost could not have gone any worse. Got the Arizona Diamondbacks plus 115. That was a winner there in baseball yesterday. Very frustrating day in baseball. The Angels plus 140, loser. The Cubbies run line, loser. The Rangers first 5, loser. Kansas City -1, -106, loser. New York Mets team total over 4.5, loser. Tampa Bay Rays plus 198, loser. And the San Francisco Giants plus 110 capped out the card with a loser. So 1 in 7, down 6.06 units in the MLB yesterday. Just an ugly, ugly day in the MLB. CFL went 1 and 2. The Elks covered the +7. They had 17 points at halftime and failed to give me that team total over 21.5. And then the full game over 51.5 came up short as well. So 1 and 2 day there. The NFL goes 3 and 2. And we finish out the preseason 23 and 22 down 1.75 units or something along those lines, which considering heading into this week where I was down, I think, 8 units, I will absolutely take only being down 1.75 units after what was week 2 of the preseason, where it was just a complete bloodbath. So that was profitable, MLB or NFL, and that was the only thing that was profitable yesterday. Just a rough day overall. What was it? 5 and 11, down 6.51 units. So gave back a decent chunk of what we won on Saturday. But I'm already coming into the show with 3 plays. I've already bet 3 spots. One of them is in the first game we'll talk about, Kansas City, Cleveland. Obviously, one is in the Miami, Colorado game, and then one is in the Braves and Twins game as well. So we'll head over to the chat, and then we'll get into today's card. 446, hello, my friends. How about that Padre win? They finally showed some guts. Meanwhile, that was a horrible Met loss on the verge of 3 of 4, and then the Mets bullpen implodes. Beautiful. This is a bridge year for the Mets. So I didn't expect to win the series against the Padres. Actually, if you told me heading into that series we were going to go into San Diego against one of the hottest teams in baseball and split 2-2, I'm actually fine with it. So we'll see what they do against the Diamondbacks now. That series starts tomorrow. From a sports betting perspective, or a sports bettor's perspective, and someone who has futures on the Padres, that bullpen's disgusting. If the Padres are leading in the 7th inning, good luck. And if they're not leading in the 7th inning, good luck still, because this team has the offense to come back in games. And they have the ability to get you late because their bullpen's going to shut games down and their offense is good enough. And they're doing all this without Fernando Tatis. So I'm a Padres guy too. I'm invested in the Padres. So seeing a win like that was actually very promising. Seeing them on the verge of losing a 3 out of 4 in the series, you come back in a game like that, that did show some guts. So From a Mets fan perspective, did I want 3 out of 4? That would have been cool. Did I expect it? No. From a Padres futures perspective, loved it. So, Guardians game 1, Sandin's been on fire, and Guardians at home. Good luck to you guys today. I also like the Twins today. I moved on the Royals first 5 in game 1 there. We'll get into that in a minute. Mets brutal, Giants brutal, O's brutal, and then the Dodger run line. You got lucky on that one. Good morning, man. The Padres made me sweat. Look, I took the Astros, but disappointed that I took the under. Yeah, Padres can't hit lefties. That's a problem. Where are the Padres against lefties? Against left-handed pitching, they are last 30 days doing just fine. Slightly above average, 106 WRC plus, which is 12th. Padres hit lefties. You just like you. I noticed one thing that you have, Mr. Numbers, is called recency bias. The only thing that ever matters for you is what the last game was, it feels like. And if you looked at it at the grand scheme of things, we can even look at what they've done all season long. Let's see, in 2024, the Padres against lefties have where is it? 99 WRC plus. So they're average. They're not bad against lefties. They're average against lefties. So, but it is what it is. Good luck to everyone here on your bets. Thank you for the show. Not from Stop Geo. There you go. And I didn't think it was a cash cow because of the pitching change. The pitching change is the reason why the line moved up so much. I didn't think it was a cash cow. I may be wrong, but I saw the pitching change, and that was the reason why the line moved. So, is taking the Blue Jays today on the money line a good move? I feel like I want to say taking the Blue Jays is never a good move. But we got Pivetta and Barrios. I want to dive a little bit deeper into that game. That's a weird game. I don't know. I heard every Met fan say, if you told me we'd split it, no. You had a chance to take 3 or 4. Feel like you lost the series. We split the series. That's the way it worked. They won 2. They lost 2 on the road against one of the hottest teams in baseball. If your expectations for the Mets are higher than mine, where you're expecting them to go to San Diego and win 3 out of 4, I give you full props to giving Mets that much credit. But yeah, and what's good, Brad? We will get into today's card. Definitely took a hit on the record yesterday, but we're still plus 41 units this year, so definitely cannot complain from that aspect with the season that we are having. And all these are 1-unit plays. I'm not somebody who goes out there and says, oh, this is a 10-unit winner. No, every play is 1 unit, and that's why we're at 41 units there. Let's get into it here. The Kansas City Royals are taking on the Cleveland Guardians. The Royals minus 115 favorites with a total of 8.5. This line opened up at a 113. It's up to a 121. It got all the way up to a 130, but it's come back down a little bit. And as for the total in this game, as I accidentally click off the line history, we had this game opening up at an 8.5 at even money. It's now an 8.5 at plus 106. So we have a 6-cent line movement here towards the under. And we have a 8-cent live movement towards the Royals in this spot. Let's take a look. I want to see, and it is minus 140 now. Nice. It's minus 140 now for the first 5 with Cole Reagans. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this spot here. See if it represents. Wow, this line is this has definitely changed since I bet it this morning. 34% of the tickets and 68% of the cash is on the Guardians in this spot, and the line is still moving towards these Kansas City Royals, though. So we do have the market not really respecting the sharp money here on the Guardians. When I played this, I think it was a little the splits were definitely not this when I bet it this morning. This is game 1 of a doubleheader. 76% of the tickets, 71% of cash on the over in this one as well. We have Cole Reagans taking on Nick Sandlin. Let me take a look at what we've seen from Sandlin as of late, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he's just a reliever. Yeah, this is a bullpen game for the Cleveland Guardians, which a bullpen game with one of the best bullpens in baseball. So, I mean, that's not a bad option if you're the Cleveland Guardians. However, one thing I am noticing is they're using their bullpen an awful lot. And don't look now, but this is a massive doubleheader today. As I mean, if the Royals take both games, they're out. They're one game behind the Guardians if they're able to steal both. So that's something to keep an eye on. So we're not going to see much from Sandlin. Cole Reagan's 3.62 ERA, 1.15 WHIP, 11.22 strikeouts per nine, which is 30%, 3.03 walks per nine, a 271 BABIP, a 3.97 FIP, and a 3.32 SIERA. The bullpen edge does go towards Cleveland. The hitting edge, though, goes towards the Royals, 126 WRC plus, which is 5th. And the Cleveland Guardians struggle against lefties, 93 WRC plus, which is 25th. And I took Cole Reagan's to shove in this game. I'm on the first 5 money line with the Royals. I do not want a full 9 innings with the potential of that bullpen, with the Guardians being able to just lock it down. And where did I see my edge? I see my edge in the first 5 innings here with the Royals. And that's exactly where I targeted here in this spot. There's a reason why they're minus 140 for the first 5 and minus 120, minus 125 for the full game. The Guardians, they're projecting to be more live full game than first 5, and I 100% agree with that. What's there. So I'm on Cole Reagan's and the Kansas City Royals in the first 5 innings. I got it at minus 135 in this spot. So Reagan's first 5. I wanted to grab that earlier this morning before it hit minus 140. Let's see. Padres couldn't touch Peterson or Quintana. They have trouble with lefties, Earle. Even Gary Cohen, your idol, said it. Who do you call it? Peterson's been good this year. Peterson is one of the top, I think, 10 pitchers in baseball for ERA. Like, Peterson's been pretty good, and Quintana's not been bad either. And the Padres are league average. The reason why people think the Padres are so bad against lefties is because they're so much better against righties. But who have they faced lefty-wise as of late? Kyle Freeland. And wow, they really haven't faced many lefties. Bailey Falter? Like, they haven't, yeah. So, sure, they didn't look good the last 2 games, but overall, they've been average. Happy Zach Wheeler Day. We'll get into that game there. That line kind of surprised me, seeing the Phillies that big of favorites. Made me interested in Philadelphia. We'll talk about that. I got it done yesterday. There you go. Cleveland money line. I am on the opposite side. Just the first 5, though. Just the first 5. Cole Reagan's got hit up by the Guardians last time. How long ago was that? Because I look for when a pitcher gets hit, I can see a flip the last time. He faced him on June the 29th, where he went 4 2/3, gave up 5 earned runs on 6 hits, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. Yeah, he didn't look good, but I mean, that was all the way in June, so we'll see. Supness. I thought y'all don't touch doubleheaders. I don't touch game 2s of doubleheaders because I need to know who's pitching. I want to know who pitched. I want to know the results of the first game before I bet the second game. I don't touch game 2s of doubleheaders there. Royals gave up 22 runs in the last 2 games. Yeah, their bullpen's not been very good. Whereas Tim, he is out. He's still at work. He has to work later today, so he's not going to be on the show today. Told you guys to take the A's. Yeah, the A's are an interesting team. Reagan, Sandlin, Nerfy. I could see that there. I kind of lean towards the first 5 under in that spot. Guardians game 1 and the over in game 2. I always lean overs in game 2s if I had to bet them. So there you go. Thank you, Cleveland, for the series win as we hit the Yankees, Cleveland, everyone. See, I mean, that was just because I leaned Rangers in that game and I liked the Rays yesterday. So, yeah, I mean, everyone thought so. Whatever. It was just, it went against a couple of my leans. I thought something else was going to happen. It didn't. Yesterday sucked. So don't forget, you have 2 boosts on Fanatics. I already used one of them on the Rockies. I used one of them on the Rockies already, and I haven't used the second one yet. Guardians money line. Y'all help me make this decision. Royals money line. Game 1. There you go. We'll keep on going here. Chicago Cubs and Pittsburgh Pirates. Pick them. Total of 8.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot where, there we go. We have Tyone and Mitch Helen Keller, your pitching matchup here. Let's get into the line history where it opened up at -109. It's now 115 for these Pittsburgh Pirates. So we have a 6-cent line moving here toward Pittsburgh. Line opened up at an 8.5 even money. It's now an 8.5 -120. So we have a 20-cent line moving here towards the over in the spot. 68% of tickets, 75% of cash on the over. So expecting some runs in this game. 63% of tickets, 75% of cash on the Pirates. The line's moving towards them. So they're saying Jameson Taillon's vulnerable in this game, which I agree with. I do kind of agree with that. Taillon 5.61 ERA, 1.31 WHIP, 6.95 strikeouts per 9, which is 18%, 2.14 walks per 9, a 2.87 BABIP, a 5.03 FIP, and a 4.22 SIERA. On the flip side, Mitch Keller 5.67 ERA, 1.07 WHIP, 8.67 strikeouts per 9, which is 24%, 2.74 walks per 9, a 2.36 BABIP, a 4.05 FIP, and a 3.95 SIERA. The bullpen edge does go towards the Cubbies. The hitting edge goes towards the Cubbies as well. 111 WRC plus, which is 13th, compared to 85, which is 25th. Where do I have the edge in this game? The edge is with the Pirates in the first 5 innings. The Cubbies bullpen has been pretty good as of late. And I look for the Cubbies to maybe start winning some baseball games. However, this is a spot where this line's moved 10 cents towards the Pirates in the first 5 as well. I think this game can go over the total too. And this bullpen for the Cubbies, or no, for the Pirates, kind of, I think, would help a full game over. The line moving towards the over does kind of give me confidence that, and with it moving towards the Pirates, gives me confidence that Jameson Taillon gets hit in this game. And I think that's where I want to target this spot, is the Pirates and maybe a Pirates team total over. I think Pirates first 5, Pirates team total over could be an interesting look in this game. Kind of want to see what that number is. I think the Pirates are the spot in this game. Plus money for that team total over is really appealing here, and I kind of want to see, because I'm seeing 4.5 plus 105 for Pirates team total over, and yeah, the 8.5 is -115, and then probably the best number. I have a feeling the best number I would be able to find is on Fanatics for that team total over, because they have the lowest money line in total. I need to shop around to find the best available number, which you can do with signupexpert.com. I forgot to mention them, but the link to that is in the description down below. So I'm able to shop around and find the best available number. The first 5, the best number is going to be on ESPN Bet for me, -115. For the Pittsburgh Pirates first 5 money line. And I want to see if the team total here is better at Fanatics or if it's better at ESPN Bet, which it's +110 over on Fanatics. That's where I'm going to go for this one. So it's going to be Pittsburgh Pirates team total over 4.5 in this game. And I'm going to take the first 5 money line for Pittsburgh as well. This is a double up spot. Everything kind of correlates here for me to go ahead and take the team total over and the first 5 money line. And maybe looking at that, it should have been maybe a first 5 team total over, but I feel like we can get a few off of Jameson Taillon. And then I still think the bullpen isn't perfect for the for the Cubbies. So I do think they can get a run or 2 against that bullpen as well. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the Pirates in the first 5 innings here over on ESPN Bet, which is -115. So Pirates team total over 4.5 at +110, and their team total and the first 5 money line here -115 over on ESPN Bet. So Fanatics for the team total over, first 5 money line, and I used the Fanatics boost for a small portion of that bet, which was able to boost the small portion up to +126. So if you guys have that, that's not a bad way to go at it as well. Head back to the chat for this one here. There we go. Over 8.5. I could see. Yeah, I would definitely lean over. Guardians went from +105 to +112. Yep. The lines moved towards the Royals. Also, DK doing a 50% boost as well. I will definitely take a look at that. So I'll definitely take a look at that and probably bet one of those through that. Any thoughts for the Astros? Or are you going to talk about it later? Talking about it later. Pittsburgh Pirates first 5 money line. Kind of like that. All right, I bet that. Are we having Town coming back tomorrow? Tim is coming back tomorrow. Yes. Cubs first 5. I'm on the opposite side there. Cubs race to 2, race to 3. Good luck. Race to 3. Good luck. I'm on the opposite side there. Jose Ramirez hit. Quan hit. Parlay. Pirates first 5 over 2.5 at plus money. Fair. Keller over K's. Pirates first 5 money line. Let's ride. Yep, I'm on the Pirates first 5 line. Nice. There you go. Pirates run line plus 165. I don't feel the need to, but I mean, if you want to go for a big score, I'm not going to talk you off of friends. Don't talk friends off of big plus money. That's just the way it is. Friends don't talk friends off of plus money. Lean Pirates. Why not? First 5 -1/2 plus 120. We got Keller. I mean, you can do that as well. I saw a reasonable price tag. -115 is perfectly fine for me to just lay a money line. I don't force the lane. I don't like first 5 run lines. And that's something that I really haven't bet much this season. I think the only run lines I've bet in the first 5, majority of them have been +0.5, not -0.5. So, but yeah, I mean, if you want to go for the bigger plus money, by all means, go for it. But I really don't like messing with first 5 -0.5s too much, unless I'm doubling up on maybe a run line or something along those lines. But we'll move on here. The Houston Astros and the Philadelphia Phillies. The Phillies, this line's moved pretty swiftly towards them. I was actually kind of surprised. Line opened up at a 140 for Philadelphia. We're now seeing a 164. Tells me Philly is probably going to take care of business in this game. Line opened up at a 7.5 -120. It's now an 8 at -105. So we have a move towards the over, and we have a move towards the Philadelphia Phillies. 81% of tickets and 91% of cash will do that. 86% of tickets, 82% of cash on the over as well. And the line moving towards them, towards the over in this game here. We have Zach Wheeler taking on Ronel Blanco. Blanco, 5.09 ERA, 1.43 whip. 12.13 strikeouts per 9, which is 30%, 4.7 walks per 9, a 3.21 BABIP, a 3.86 FIP, and a 3.77 SIERA. On the flip side, Zach Wheeler, 2.84 ERA, 0.95 whip, 10.42 strikeouts per 9, which is 30%, 1.89 walks per 9, a 250 BABIP, a 3.61 FIP, and a 3.09 SIERA. The bullpen edge goes towards the Astros. The hitting edge goes towards the Astros, 111 WRC plus, which is 10th, compared to 96, which is 19th. I'm shocked that this line has jumped 24 cents since the opening line here in this spot. It's enough to keep me off the game. My original thought was I wanted to take a big plus price tag with the Houston Astros. Watching the way this line has moved is going to keep me off of that spot. And I think the only way to play this game would probably be the Phillies -1. But on that note, I'm not going to play it. Maybe a Philly team total over because they're kind of projecting Ronel Blanco to get hit a little bit. But not a game I'm getting involved with here. So it's a stay off spot, pass or Philly -1. I'm trying to click back if my computer will let me. I love when my computer is slow. It's the best. There we go. Helen Keller can't see where she's throwing. Take Cubs. Nope, I'm on the opposite side. Houston. How was your weekend? It was not bad. Bad spot for Houston. It could be. I'm going for the Astros. Yep, we know. Blanco, Wheeler, Nerfy. Something tells me we're going to see a run in the first. Phillies money line moved to -175. Yeah, it's moved a lot. Phillies money line parlay. Yeah. Probably the Phillies are the only way to look at the game. That's probably the only way to really cap that game. We'll move on though to the game in our nation's capital. We're looking at the New York Yankees and the Washington Nationals. The Yankees -185 favorites, total of 9 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history here between Cortez and Parker. This line opened up at a 170 to 175. It got up to a -186 though, and there's been some buyback since then. Line opened up at a 9 at +105. Is now a 9 at -125. So we have a decent move towards this over as well, expecting runs to be scored in this game. Mitchell Parker's kind of struggled as of late, so I can understand that. 74% of tickets, 75% of cash on the over. 83% of tickets, 83% of cash on the Yankees. The line's moving slightly towards the Yankees. We have Nestor Cortez taking on Mitchell Parker. Cortez 4.08 ERA, 1.12 WHIP, 8.16 strikeouts per 9, which is 22%, 1.57 walks per 9, a 3.05 BABIP, a 2.88 FIP, and a 4.02 SIERA. On the flip side, we have Mitchell Parker, 5.34 ERA, 1.58 WHIP, 8.31 strikeouts per 9, which is 21%, 3.26 walks per 9, a 3.55 BABIP, a 4.12 FIP, and a 4.59 SIERA. The bullpen edge goes towards the Yankees. The hitting edge, 124 WRC plus, which is third for the Yankees against lefties, compared to 106, which is 14th. I think both pitchers are vulnerable in this game, and we've kind of see that, and it's not an overly public 98-98 type of over for this one here, and this line's moved 25-30 cents towards the over. It hasn't clicked into a 9.5. I'm assuming we're going to see some 9.5s here soon, and that makes me want an over in this game. And I think I want to move on this over, which I can get -125 over on Bet365. I also think that this is a game the Yankees are able to put up some runs against Mitchell Parker. Unfortunately, the team total is a 5.5, and I don't like 5.5s. So I think this will just be then because of 5.5. I don't like the 5.5s for team totals, because asking for 5 runs and asking for 6 runs, I think, is a world of a difference when you're looking at team totals. And now, obviously, they can go out there and the Yankees can put up 8 runs, and it'll be really simple. But this Yankees lineup is actually hitting pretty well right now. Judge is hitting home runs. It feels like every single game he's like in the +160s to hit home runs. It's ridiculous, his odds. I expect the Yankees to do their fair share of scoring in this game, and I look for the Nationals to be able to tack on a few against Cortez, because we mentioned this last game. I was yelled at for the Yankees being a cash cow. Cortez, you back Cortez at Yankee Stadium. You don't do it on the road. So I'm getting over 9 at -115. I'm on the over. Over 9, -115, Yankees and Nationals. I'll look for the Nationals to give me a few runs off of Cortez, and probably the Yankees do the majority of the scoring in this game. Probably something along the lines of 7-3, 8-4 Yankees, I think. So leading the Yankees team total. So there you go. Sunday night fade. My Phillies are back. Braves can't lose to the Nats and catch Philly. Are you a Braves fan, or are you a Yankees fan, or are you a Phillies fan? You claim so many teams, so I don't even take that serious when you say your team. Schwarber hit, Bohm hit. There you go. Feels like Yankees. It does. Yankees run. Yankee run line. Yankees money line parlay. And Washington first 5 money line. Fair. Cortez is the guy. Why would you fade first 5? I would fade him first 5 rather than full game, because I don't trust the Nationals bullpen for a full 9 innings. We saw that game 2 against the Braves, where I leaned Nationals first 5, and the Nationals first 5 would have hit. The full game would have lost. And Cortez is not good on the road. When you look here, Cortez on the road this year compared to at home, which is why I backed him in his last start, but I'm looking to kind of fade him here with the over. On the road this year, 2-5 with a 5.45 ERA. At home, 5-5 with a 2.79 ERA. So he has an ERA almost 3 runs better at home than on the road. That's why. As the Yankee expert, I do not trust the Yanks and Cortez in this game. I will pass and just enjoy the best 2 players on the planet with no skin in the game. Fair. I think they score runs. Judge hit, Soto hit. That's actually that. There's no way that's minus 130, right? That's interesting. What if, hear me out, Nestor to throw a no-hitter? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We'll continue on. I was asking about this game earlier, the Red Sox and the Blue Jays. The Red Sox are minus 155, minus 160 favorites in this game, total of 9 in this spot. Let's take a look at the line history in this game. Where it opened up at a 146, it's a 150 now. So we have a 4-cent line movement here towards Boston. Line opening up at a 9.5 minus 115. It's now a 9 at minus 120. So we have a move towards the under and a move towards Boston, expecting Pivetta to pitch well. We have 82% of tickets and 65% of cash on the Red Sox. So sharp money on the Blue Jays with the line moving slightly towards the Red Sox. 80% of tickets, 85% of cash on the over, the line moving towards the under. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here where we have where we have Pivetta and where is this game? Pivetta and Berrios. Oh, I'm not betting this game. There's the there's a resumed game earlier in the day. That's why I don't have anything for this game. I want to see how the first game finishes first. Before I even look at this game. So no play on this game. I apologize for breaking it down because this is basically game 2 of a doubleheader with the resumed game from earlier. So there's a resumed game starting about 2 o'clock for this one. So yeah. I'm just messing. You're all good. So we'll just continue on here. This will move on to my second bet that I had coming into the show here. And I accidentally typed in the wrong team for who the Padres are playing today. The Padres are playing the St. Louis Cardinals. So let me type them up here for the next game because I realized I accidentally typed in Padres versus Twins for the next game. All right. The Atlanta Braves and the Minnesota Twins. It's a pick'em, total of 8 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot. And this line's moved. It's moved pretty significantly towards these Minnesota Twins. Line opened up at a minus 110. It got all the way down to the minus 105 when I typed it up this morning. And now it's up to a 120 for the Minnesota Twins. So we have a decent move towards Minnesota. Line opened up at 7.5, minus 118. That was an 8+ money. So we have a move towards the over, but it's now just more juice towards the under. 74% of tickets and 74% of cash is on the over in this game. The line moving towards it. And 59% of tickets and 51% of cash on the Twins, with the line moving significantly towards the Twins in this game here. Max Fried and Bailey Ober. Fried, 6.10 ERA, 1.55 whip in the last 30 days. 10.45 strikeouts per nine, which is 26%, 5.23 walks per nine, a 3.45 BABIP, a 3.21 FIP, and a 4.20 CR. On the flip side, Bailey Ober has been awesome as of late. 1.91 ERA, 0.76 whip, 9.55 strikeouts per nine, which is 28%, 2.45 walks per nine, a 177 BABIP, a 2.74 FIP, and a 3.64 CR. The bullpen edge does go towards the Atlanta Braves. The hitting edge goes towards the Atlanta Braves, 111 WRC plus, which is 11th, compared to 92, which is 26th. The Twins do struggle a little bit versus lefties here. This is okay. We've seen a little bit from Fried here since coming back. I moved on the Minnesota Twins in the first 5 innings in this spot because the way I was capping this game, where is my biggest edge in this spot? Because I saw the market kind of like the Minnesota Twins, the way the line is moving towards them. Where's my edge in this game? It's not playing it for a full 9 innings because the Braves bats have finally turned around, and the bullpen for Atlanta is I think significantly better, or at least decently better than the Minnesota Twins. So where's my edge in this game? It's the current form of Bailey Ober versus the current form of Max Fried. This line opened up at a 115, and it's now a minus 121 for the first 5 innings on the Minnesota Twins. I got in at minus 120 for the Minnesota Twins first 5. I think Minnesota can get to Max Fried in this spot. I still am not 100% trustworthy on Max Fried at the moment. who has looked very iffy since coming back off the IL. This is his 4th start, I believe, since coming back. And he's not looked particularly good. And can Atlanta win this full game? Absolutely they can, and they probably will. But Max Fried, as of late, he gave up 2 earned runs against the Phillies in 7 innings, much better in his last start. Previous to that, 3 earned runs in 5 1/3 against the Giants, 4 earned runs against the Rockies, and 5 earned runs against the Marlins. So he faced weak hitting competition and gave up runs in 3 of his last 4 starts. So I can see the Minnesota Twins getting to him a little bit here. I'm on the Twins in the first 5 innings at -120 in the spot. I don't trust them full game, though. BJ's money line. Boston ain't making the playoffs. Nope. But they are a fun team to look forward to next year, especially when they get Marcelo Meyer coming up potentially, and Anthony coming up, and Kyle Teal coming up. So, yeah. They can be a fun team next year when they have their kind of like their trio up. Now they're at Worcester. So, yeah. Judge hit, Soto hit, game goes over, +170. There you go. Braves money line. Happy Bailey Ober Day. Twins money line. There you go. Braves just got too many injuries, and yet they've been able to figure it out. It is like this team just you can take away all their best players, and their voodoo magic will win games. It's ridiculous. Blue Jays in the over. Fair. Oh yeah, you're all good. Vladdy home run. There you go. I put a unit on that. Yeah, that's not bad. +229. There you go. Everyone I follow is on the Twins here. Fried, not the same. Braves can't hit for shit. The Braves they actually do have the hitting advantage. They've been better as of late. They've been winning as of late, and they've been hitting as of late a little bit too. But this is really me taking Bailey over Max Fried. That's all it is in the first 5 innings. Twins, there you go. Did a Phillies, Yankees, Twins parlay. I don't hate that. Move on. The San Diego Padres and the St. Louis Cardinals. This is a pick 'em with a total of 9.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history here between Randy Vasquez and Kyle Gibson. Line opened up at a 9.5 at -105. It got down to a -110, or not to a -110. It got down to a 9, and then back up to a 9.5. Line opened up at a -110. It's now a -113 for the St. Louis Cardinals. So a 3-cent line movement here towards these Redbirds in this spot here, with 37% of the tickets and 87% of the cash is on the Padres. So sharp money coming on the Padres. Line not really moving towards it. 51% of the tickets, 55% of the cash is on the over. And the line's moving slightly towards the under in this spot here, but not a public over, which those generally draw my attention a little bit here, especially with these pitchers. Randy Vasquez, 4.82 ERA, 1.34 whip, 4.82 strikeouts per 9, which is 13%, 3.38 walks per 9, a 283 BABIP, a 4.23 FIP, and a 5.60 SIERA. On the flip side, Kyle Gibson, 5.14 ERA, 1.50 whip, 7.71 strikeouts per 9, which is 20%. 2.89 walks per 9, a 337 BABIP, a 4.84 FIP, and a 4.43 SIERA. The bullpen edge goes towards the Padres, who have the best bullpen in baseball. The hitting edge goes towards the Padres, 130 WRC plus, which is 3rd, compared to 94, which is 21st. This is Padres and over or nothing. And I wish the markets would give me a little bit more of a sign that these are the plays, because the lines have really not done that for me here. To really tell me that these are the plays, which makes me a little hesitant. I do lean over. I do lean Padres because I see them getting the Kyle Gibson in this spot. But is this a play I'm getting involved with or a game I'm getting involved with? It's a no. Definitely a strong lean towards San Diego, though, if I had to take a side in this spot. But not a play, not a game I am getting involved with. Was the Braves losing to the Nats yesterday a look-ahead spot? I don't think so. The Nationals are a scrappy team. Cardinals -1.5. Whoa. I do not see the Phillies winning. Be wary of teams playing at home without a day off, coming off a long road trip. Wow. I like that. I just want to bet the Padres every day. Me too, honestly. This Padres team is they're everybody knows how high I am on the Padres team. So that does seem like a card spot. Guardians plus 110 in game one. They're 27-10 versus lefties and 40-21 at home. Noel over 2+ total bases. He's 1-for-1 with the homer. You got homered yesterday. There you go. I'm on the opposite side just for the first 5, though. I'm on the Royals first 5. Braves averaged 3 runs last 10. I don't consider that hitting. 111 WRC plus the last 30 days against right-handed pitching. I consider that hitting. I look at more than just the last 10 games. I look at the last month when it comes to those. And I look at more advanced stats than just runs. So I know you like to keep your stats basic because it helps your simple mind. But for me, I like to look at more advanced and predictive analytics that help me recognize regression and progression and things along those lines. We have the Detroit Tigers and the Chicago White Sox, the 31-100 Chicago White Sox. They would need to go 12-19 to avoid breaking the record for the most losses in modern baseball history, which I would love to see them lose 20 more games. So the New York Mets of the 1962 Mets are no longer the worst team in modern baseball era. And here's your trivia question of the day, and I will answer this at the end of this breakdown. The White Sox have lost 100 games and 131 games this year. What team is the only team to do it quicker than 131 games, hit 100 losses? There you go. There's your trivia question. I will answer that in just a few minutes. The lines moved heavily towards the Tigers, and I understand why. Line minus 119 is now 153. And the line opened up at a minus 110 for the over 9. It's now minus 119 for the over 9. So a 9-cent movement towards the over. 79% of tickets and 87% of the cash on the Tigers. The line's moving towards them. And 83% of tickets, 84% of cash on the over here as well. We have Davis Martin taking on Ty Madden for this spot here. I do not have any numbers on Ty Madden. I believe this is a debut. I need to take a look here. I believe this may be a debut here for the Tigers. He was selected in the first round, 32nd overall in 2021 out of the University of Texas. He debuted in 2022 with the West Michigan Whitecaps of High A. And yes, this is his major league debut. So this will be a brand new pitcher, which I wanted to look at his stats. I don't know why I exited out so quickly. So let me get up his MILB numbers, and we can take a look at what he's done in the minor leagues here, Mr. Madden, which he's 3-5 with a 6.98 ERA in 22 games started, 96 2/3 innings pitched, and for this season. Let's take a look. And this was split among single A and double A. In double A Erie, he had 4 starts with a 2.55 ERA, 17 innings. Looked fine. He goes up to triple A Toledo, and he has an ERA close to 8. So he's not been very good, which makes me wonder why they brought him up. Could this be a game that the White Sox win? I wouldn't put my money on it. This will end up being just a complete pass because I don't know what to expect from Ty Madden. And I really don't want the White Sox. So it's a pass here for me. No interest. Let's see. Plus 170 on Noel's total bases, by the way. There you go. Under 9. See that? 12-24 OPS versus lefties. There you go. this has to be a White Sox spot. Does it? I mean, pre-Altuve Astros. It was not the pre-Altuve Astros. It was not. The Tigers sweep. I can see that. I like the Noel bet. There you go. Ty Madden is, he's not been very good. Feels like the world is talking about how bad they are again. Last time that happened, they smoked the Yankees, and at that time, they won. Yeah, fair. 124 strikeouts in 96 and 2/3 innings pitched, though. So maybe a strikeout prop for him. White Sox -1.5. Wow. Huh. There you go. I go by recent play. Why would I care what they do 3 weeks ago? Fair enough. Whatever. Tigers money line parlay with. I mean, you can do it with the Yankees. You can do it with the Phillies. Yeah, this would be the two. But, oh, by the way, the answer to the trivia question, the only team that lost 100 games quicker in a season is the 1916 Philadelphia A's. So there you go. There's your trivia question for the day. We'll head to the final game. We do not have a line on the Colorado-Miami game because it was on. We have an unlisted pitcher for Colorado. I did get in on Colorado -110, so I am on the Rockies there, but we don't have a listed pitcher for the Rockies. But Mariners and Tampa Bay Rays will close out our card here. Miller and Pepe line open up at a 128. 117 is now 128. Line opened up at a 7 even money. It's still a 7 even money. We have Pepe and Miller here. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this spot where we have 78% of the tickets, 92% of the cash is on the Mariners, 81% of the tickets, 75% of cash on the over. Pepe, it's been good. 1.59 ERA, 0.88 whip, 7.94 strikeouts per nine, which is 22%, 1.59 walks per nine, a 226 BABIP, a 3.34 FIP, and a 3.88 CR. On the flip side, Bryce Miller, 2.93 ERA, 0.98 whip, 9.76 strikeouts per nine, which is 28%, 1.3 walks per nine, a 278 BABIP, but 2.84 FIP, and a 3.30 CR. Bullpen edge goes towards the Rays. Hitting edge goes towards the Mariners, 112 WRC plus, which is 8th, compared to 82, which is 29th. I mean, I don't want to lay any type of a number with the Mariners. That's just not something I am interested in at all. But, I mean, the markets are pointing towards probably the Mariners taking care of business. But not a game I'm going to get involved with. This Mariners team is not worthy of laying a price. But I don't know if I want to take the Rays right now with the way that they're hitting. They're kind of struggling. But I do like Pepe. So maybe an under in this game. But it's already a low total as well. So no play in this one here to end the card. So we're ending with the pass here. Light card for today. Only baseball. So hello, don't ignore the comment. I brought it up. Red Sox should be able to smoke the Jays. They should be able to, but they've kind of been struggling as of late. Tampa money line. I won't talk you off of dog. Earle is snippy today. No, I'm just arguing back on my points. I heard a compelling argument on why Tampa is the play. Rays played well against the Dodgers. Are starting to hit a little bit. Yeah. I don't either team wins the game. Fair. Bobby Witt is -1,000 for a hit. That's crazy. That is crazy there. But that is everything for today's slate. We'll quickly recap and then we will head on out. Let me get up my card for today. And it is all of 6 plays. So hopefully we can have a little bounce back day on a light card. Starting it off with the Kansas City Royals on the first 5 money line, -135. Then we will go to the Pittsburgh Pirates first 5, -115. Pittsburgh Pirates team total over 4.5, +110. Yankees Nationals over 9, -115. Twins -120 first 5. And the Colorado Rockies -110 full game. So that is my full card for today. We'll head back to the comments, and then we'll head on out. Good luck. Good luck, Bailey, to you as well. But that is everything for today's slate. Want to thank you guys as always for watching, and we'll catch you guys same time, same place for another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. Good luck, guys.